Happy New Year's, everyone. Hopefully the holidays are treating you well and you all are getting a much-deserved break from work, school, or just stress in general. So anyways, I felt it was fitting for the last video of the year to be about the best manga and anime I've read and watched that came out in 2021. Some of you are going to be aware of my favorites from this year in this video, but there will be a few surprises for you all, so you can kind of take this as like a mini recommendation video for series that you might have missed, glanced over, might not have had interest in because there was so much you were currently watching from a previous season. Because I don't always talk about everything I've watched or read throughout the year. There's many things that I read on my own, but never actually talk about. So let's go over the anime side of things first for 2021. What a year. Seriously, what a year for anime in 2021. We had a few delays, like Shield Hero that was pushed back into 2022, but overall we had a very solid year for anime. I mean, let's just look at the overall Winter of Anime 2021 that opened up this year. We can already see quite a few personal favorites of mine and many others that just are straight up stand out. And I mean, we do have some utter garbage among them, like The Promised Neverland Season 2, which was just still frames the animation at the end, but it's crazy we had an anime season both with Re:Zero Season 2 and Mushoku Tensei. Just let that sink in for a second. These two series really define the year for me personally in terms of anime. Just as how the year began with these two great anime, the year ended off with great anime as well, so I like that, it's very fitting. However, we can't overlook the final season of Attack on Titan or Dr. Stone Season 2 that came out for, Winter of Anime 2021 at the beginning of this year. Regardless of how you feel about Attack on Titan, this season was really good, and I actually enjoyed it. I think many can agree it was a really good anime season. Those four anime are obviously popular that I just talked about, and I've talked about them in the past. However, I feel like Horimiya deserves some love. It's another series that came out. It wasn't a perfect anime by any means, but it was fun to watch for what it was. It was a fun romance, and if you enjoy romance, you like some comedy and stuff, then you really should check it out. Like I said, it isn't perfect, but it's definitely a series that I had a lot of fun with while watching, and I never thought I would actually get an anime for it in the first place, so I'm happy to actually see it. Then we got stuff like Hataraku Saibo, which is, Cells at Work, and then we had Cells at Work Black, both airing around the exact same time, and these two series are just outright fun as well. And I mean, if you have no idea what it's about, it's like, imagine if the cells in the human body had personality and they became anime characters, and you got to see the lives of what your cells have to go through. And I mean, Cells at Work Black is basically the darker version, like it is a much darker experience in comparison to, let's say regular Cells at Work. It was an enjoyable watch that really shed light on the darker aspects of the human body that the original can't or won't cover for its anime because it's trying to stay a little bit more family friendly side. However, just as we have greatness from that season, we also had trash like X-Arm that is hands down one of the worst anime I've seen all year long for 2021. There's only a few series that really kind of stack up to it in terms of garbage, but X-Arm really is one of the worst anime I think I have seen in years. But let's move on to Spring of Anime 2021 now. Just as the last season, Winter of Anime 2021, we have another great season of shows, like My Hero Academia Season 5. Jokes aside, we got Tokyo Revengers, which was a standout show that ran for 2 cores this year. And as for the manga of Tokyo Revengers, apparently it didn't do so well this year. I'm not up to date with it, but that's what I've been hearing from manga readers. But regardless, the anime definitely made the series even more popular than it already was, and the anime indeed was really good. I can't speak for the manga, but the anime was great. Give it a shot if you love gangster and time travel anime. I know that sounds like a weird combination, and it is, but it's fun. Then we got To Your Eternity. Man, oh man, what a modern day classic this one is. If you truly want a unique anime from 2021, then don't sleep on this one at all. It was a gem of this year and a standout in terms of character development and storytelling. I feel it was overshadowed by other anime running beside it in spring of 2021, but I feel like because of that, many didn't give it a chance, but anyone that actually did realized just how great of a series it actually was. Next up, we have Nagatoro. Love it or hate it, it definitely has a place as one of the best anime of 2021. It spawned memes and countless reaction phase images from its short runtime. Personally, one of my favorite romance/comedy anime from this year. I would say it's probably my favorite romance comedy, if I'm not counting one other series, which I'll mention soon, but it is definitely up there. It's at least top 2 of my favorite romance comedy of this year. Then we got Iruma Season 2, and all I want to say is one thing. If you loved Rosario Vampire, but wasn't a big fan of the fan service, then Iruma-kun will be for you. It lacks fan service. It does have some here and there, but it basically lacks it, and it has that same vibe and stuff that Rosario Vampire had in terms of its school life, to the monsters, etc. It's one of those type of series, so if you want something really, really unique, give Iruma-kun a actual watch. It's so good. And as I was saying about, the previous series, with Nagatoro, I think Iruma is my favorite romance comedy of the entire year. Then we got Vivi, which is easily in my top 4 favorite anime from 2021. It was an anime original, and it was helped written by the author of Re:Zero, so it's kind of obvious why this one is pretty good, but at the same time, I feel like many didn't really give it a shot, because as I said earlier, there was already so much going on with the anime season, that I feel like many overlooked some of these stories, because we were riding off, of Mushoku Tensei from the previous season, and then also we were riding off of Re:Zero, so either people experienced burnout, or people didn't really know what they actually wanted to watch for this next season, so it was a series that I feel like many might have missed, and Vivi, really don't overlook how great of a series it is. It is, like I said, one of my top 4 favorite from 2021. Eden Zero is another standout from this year of 2021 for Spring of Anime season that I'm honestly surprised I enjoyed as much as I did. You all know how much I dislike Fairy Tail, and so I tried to keep an open mind going into Eden Zero, as I've said many times. Good anime and good manga. Don't judge it because it's, written by Hiro Mashima. Eden Zero really is one of the best manga I have read, and one of the best anime I've watched all year. Easily top 5, maybe top 6 potential. Now, I haven't watched this one yet, but Odd Taxi right here has been the talk of the town since its airing, and got even more popular when its series actually officially concluded. I definitely need to watch this one, and I've heard so much about it, but I know for a fact that, Odd Taxi is easily one of people's favorite anime from this entire year, and so because of just how much I've heard from it, I definitely need to give it a watch, and I have a feeling I will really enjoy it when I sit down and watch it. So I just wanted to briefly do kind of like an honorable shout out to Odd Taxi. Then we got Core 1 of 86 that came out as well, which is just kind of like, whoa, like, man, like, back-to-back good series, like 86 and all that, and then we had Vivi, we had Odd Taxi, as I talked about, Eden Zero, just so much good stuff. I mean, 86, man, it just sucks that we got those delays going on, but 86 was good. Spring was a great season for anime, all things considered, when you think about it. But moving on to Summer of Anime 2021, we got a few good ones, too. We got, Venatus no Carte, hopefully I didn't butcher that. We had Kobayashi Maid Dragon, we had Slime, Higurashi Go, and Sunny Boy. And Sunny Boy, now that was another good anime. If you want an original anime made by Studio Madhouse, yeah, the Studio Madhouse, then give this one a watch as well. It's definitely not going to be for everyone, though, because the art style is definitely different, but I do think that if you can get past the way the art style looks, Sunny Boy really is another standout in terms of, like, how we had great series like Vivi from the previous season and, from Spring. Sunny Boy kind of replaced Vivi in terms of another anime original really stepping up to the plate and being really good. It's pretty short, and it's easy to finish. I do recommend you guys to check it out if you haven't. And then to give other standouts that, some might have missed would be Adopten or Jahi-sama. Both really good anime, and I'm actually up to date with Jahi-sama, another great manga I've read this year, and I need more. I really need more of Jahi-sama. I cannot wait to watch a season 2 when it eventually comes out, because, yeah, it's dumb fun. Next up, we got Fall of Anime 2021, which is, as we all know, is a wonderful season. Mushoku Tensei Core 2, 86 Core 2, Kimetsu no Yaiba Season 2, Faraway Paladin, Komi Can't Communicate, Meruko-chan, World's Finest Assassin, and Osama Ranking. Osama Ranking is the hidden gem of this current season that we're on and about to move into the winter of anime 2022. It's easily top 5 in terms of favorite anime from this year, and I think that it just, like, Oh my goodness. I really hope that people will overlook the way it looks in terms of just like how it looks like a kid or whatever. It really is such a fantastic story. Like, one of the best depictions of storytelling, I think, of all year. I really think many should sit down and watch Osama Ranking. So that's my personal standout anime from this year, in my opinion. Obviously, there's gonna be many other series I might have missed or not have watched personally, but those are some of the series that I really grew attached to and enjoyed throughout the year. And as for manga, there's been a lot of discoveries as well, like, Black Clover. It had a great year, and I mean, its manga this year easily was one of the best. Like, it was one of the best shonen manga in the magazine for me personally. Had a great year. Then Eden Zero, which I caught up with this year, and once again, as I already said when I was talking about the anime, I tried to put aside my bias for Fairy Tail, and I did, and Eden Zero surprised me. It is easily one of my favorite manga I am currently reading now. It may be one of the funniest reads I have actually had all year as well. Let's not forget about Oshi no Ko, though. That is everything Act Age, but better. I mean, seriously, if you loved Act Age, Oshi no Ko, give it a read. Won an anime for this series as well. And then we also got Iruma-kun's manga, which was just a joyous ride from start to finish. And, it sucks I'm caught up, because I really wish I had more chapters to actually binge. But as for other manga, I've neglected to talk about. We got like JoJo Part 8, which ended this year, and I caught up and finished it just in time before Part 8 came to a close. Goodness gracious, like, I really love the evolution of Araki's work over the years. It's just like, when you compare his previous parts, and then you compare, like, Part 8, you can just see how much he's evolved his writing style, and his just care and attention to detail. Just like, really, JoJo is another series that's kind of like a hallmark, or a legacy from mangaka, and, like, I cannot wait for Part 9 to eventually come out. It's a different experience reading it instead of watching it too, I would say. Now, other tiny manga that I've read this year is like Frieren Beyond Journey's End, that needs an anime badly. Like, seriously, it needs an anime for this manga. It would be a really fun journey, wholesome series with a little bit of melancholy thrown in. I really want to give a shout out to this series because it's definitely great. I feel like many need to really dive into this story. We also have stuff like One Punch Man, which had one of its best years since manga started. It's like manga started this year. One Punch Man was, holy crap, phenomenal. Jujutsu Kaisen and Undead Unlock 2 were also very phenomenal this year in terms of storytelling for Shonen Jump. I mean, we even got, the best Berserk chapter potentially in all of the series this year as well, and may Kintaro never be forgotten for his lasting legacy of writing Berserk. Man, there was a lot of good stuff this year. I mean, there was just countless great classics and modern-day classics and just anime that's going to stick with me for years to come and manga to stick with me for years to come. Sadly, I wish I could add My Hero Academia to this list for 2021. However, I feel many know how I currently feel about the manga and its rushed pacing, and with Horikoshi's current comment of saying it's going to end within a year, it's very clear what's going to continue to go on. But that's my personal standouts from this year, and I wonder what everyone else enjoyed the most from 2021. Let me know your list down below and what you're looking forward to in 2022 as well. If you enjoyed the video, then, please leave me a like. And if you want more of my content to appear in your YouTube feed, then, please think about subscribing. I love you all, and be safe. Chibi out.